Alright, so here we go. Opening tip-off. And we'll see what comes up. So Man Cannon gets it first for a pro run. And has to pass it back. Dangerous pass, though, right there on the pad. And it's going to shift far side. I can't... that was Piggies, I think, who had it. Passed it across center.
Yep.
And
now we got Routine Ritual with it, but Pro Run's already kind of scrambling. Cannon got a nice double there to kind of clear everybody out, but Next Dimension's really keeping up the pressure. Got a sword on the runner now, over there in the corner, but he got the punch.
now, do you know, is Routine Ritual a regular for Pro Run?
Everybody's a regular for Pro Run.
Okay. I mean, I know they had Bourbon and I know they had Pop, but I'm guessing those two haven't gotten much playtime this season?
They did the best job of any team that I've seen in the Pro League, or really in either league so far, of rotating their roster. I remember at the beginning of the season, Cannon already had it set up which fourth would play which games.
Oh, wow. Good for him. That's some good captain skills right there.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention that it worked. I mean, they're rotating their fourth around and, deflected pass there. But, I mean, they still, they're in the ship. So, obviously something worked, even with not even keeping the same roster for every game.
Well, I mean, that's one way to make sure that you can play anybody. It's not like you've played your starting four and all of a sudden someone pulls an Achilles tendon. Oh, we got Mango on the pad. And it looks like Pro Run here. Nope, never mind. So yeah, if someone pulls their Achilles tendon or their Xbox, rips, it's not like you're in a struggle or you're freaking out because you've got a solid four. And the runner's in a lot of trouble right now. 3 tanks between him and his tanks. But I think that's Piggies with the ball. Yeah, that's Calm under pressure right over there.
Chucked it back over to Ritual, who is under pressure yet again. He tosses it right back over, but it kind of took a Next Dimension bounce, but Man Cannon was able to pick it up before they got to it.
Yeah, Pro Run's moving the ball really, really well. It kind of reminds me almost of a soccer match, where the ball is just constantly shifting back and forth, and from player to player. And so it looks like Next Dimension's been able to kind of contain them, but hasn't been able to shut them down yet because their passing has been so solid. But I think that's where I'm most concerned for Pro Run, is that if there's any team that's going to be able to shut down that passing maneuver, it's going to be Next Dimension. I mean, Shadow is crazy on forcing turnovers.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we already saw that once where they were able to get the good deflection, and Pro Run kind of got it back through luck, so they'll have to have really on-pat passing the entire time. Ooh, good lunge there by Killers.
Yep.
And Next Dimension has it for now.
And I think this is going to give us a really good idea of how this series might go. This is Next Dimension's first possession, and when Pro Run had the ball, they were pretty much contained on their half of the court. Let's see what Next Dimension's going to do when they're on the tanking. And if it's a quick victory, I think we're going to have an idea again of how the series is going to go. But it looks like Pro Run is doing a solid job on defense, and now the tables have turned, and it's Next Dimension who is on their heels.
Gotta love that, switching from 4 tanks to 3 tanks. I mean, sometimes you've got runners that can go in there and make a difference and thin the ranks, but...
Oh, what a lunge by Piggies! She gets it! And the ball... Well, I mean, very fortunately for Next Dimension, it takes a roll towards Pro Run. What a lunge on the pad!
That was
I think it was Net's Pride who got that epic lunge, and it is Next Dimension's ball right there in Pro Run territory.
Now, that's just the sort of thing that you can see either of these teams doing, just getting insane lunges, that one right on top of the plate. Thankfully for Pro Run, they managed to lob it away before the kill was gotten, but that could very easily have been a very highlight reel-worthy opening score.
Definitely. So if you're in the chat box, just know that this is Game 1, and we're still in the first round, so you can still throw out your predictions. Is it going to be a Next Dimension Pro Run? Who do you think? Is it going to be 3 games, 2 games? Let us know. Solid push from here to Next Dimension, and that's going to be easy as you like. Killer's legit, walking it in for Next Dimension, and you can see their lineup: Net's Pride, Shadow, Killers, and Cutthroat, with Melvin being host. So thank you to Melvin, shout out. As always, have nothing but love for our neutral hosts. They do a ton of work, And I'm pretty sure that's who some of the nominees for GrifballHub of the Month are people who have streamed and done a ton of streaming. And I'm pretty sure that Man Cannon actually won the Off-Court Award for all the games he streamed this season.
Yeah, it was really nice the past couple seasons having Cannon on streaming duty / I guess it was more volunteer, but I mean, we tried several seasons back in 2013 and whatnot to have more consistent streaming, and it never fully materialized. But then these past couple seasons, Cannon really stepped it up. And speaking of, he just intercepted that pass from Next Dimension. It was a little bit wayward, and now Pro Run's got it.
Alright, so Crusader with some wisdom. Whatever team Shadow and Piggies are on is definitely going to win.
Well, that sounds like watch and awe. So,
I'm just trying to think of how that could possibly apply to this this particular situation. But that is sage advice from Crusader. And Rage chiming in that he thinks Pro Run should win so that he and Pig and Shadow can all have 5 ships. But of course, Shadow has a lot more than 5 ships, so...
anyway. If you do some fun rounding, I guess it can maybe go to 5.
Yeah, if you're rounding like way down. But hopefully Maria is there, his moral support, as here comes Pro Run. They've got a... Wow. Oh, I thought for sure that was Ned's Pride coming up huge for Next Dimension.
Good pick up and toss back by Pig. And looks like Mango's got it for now.
Yeah, I thought for sure that Pro Run was going to walk that in. They had 2 tanks in front of the runner, and then a tank on the opposite side of the plant. But Next Dimension just got a fantastic spawn. Ned's Pride. To me, that was like a 1 in a million. I would love to go back and say Xbox record that, because that was quite the stop.
Yeah, for sure. Just a pinpoint lunge there.
Yep, so Next Dimension have drawn First Blood, but there's a lot of Grifball to be played. This is a best of 3 series, and if you are unfamiliar with League Grifball, you should know that we play 9 rounds. So we have 26 more rounds of Grifball to go through possibly to go through, until we can crown our AGLA Pro Circuit champion, and the last champion on the 360, by all means. So we'll see how that's going. And here comes Pro Run. And there's nothing Nets can do this time. That is Mango who's going to walk in. So just a very clean walkthrough by Pro Run. So both of these goals that we've seen by these 2 high-flying, pass-heavy teams have come off of tank. The stream kind of went for a second, but you haven't missed much. Here comes Pro Run on the attack. They're going to have to pass it away. So don't worry, you missed no action. You didn't miss a Next Dimension almost goal, but Forsaken Mango coming up big with that sword lunge on the plants. And right now we are returning to your regularly scheduled Grifball programming. And Razor's gone for a double forfeit because the stream crashed, so why not? So big turnover there. Pro Run coughing it up. Next Dimension seizing the opportunity, but a poor pass for them is going to waste a lot of time. So now Pro Run, Cutthroat there for Next Dimension, passing it off to Killers. And Killers, being the designator for Next Dimension, had a really amazing season as a runner, but I think he had most goals for any runner, or most goals per game, but did not win the Golden Runner Award. That went to, not Tonga. Did it go to Tonga?
Thought it went to Easy this season.
Easy, there we go. Okay, yeah, those 2 seem to just kind of trade it off. They kind of like borrow it from each other. But yeah, Killer's had a great season as a runner. He really has developed as a runner. From the beastly tank that he was on Hot Bikini Guys, is now a very confident runner with the occasional Leroy Jenkins moment. Alright, so yes, the stream is back. And Next Dimension, again, since some nefariousness going on in Saber's household has put him out of the game, but obviously he's still here to give some commentary and some feedback, and we'll get him in for game 2. Right now, Next Dimension with possession on the far side. And they have a nice solid push going forward. They've got all 3 tanks spread out at a good distance. And it's breaking down before they can really get to that Pro Run goal. They crossed the halfway line, but now they're having to drop back. Van Cannon creating quite the angle on the runner to where he had to have 2 tanks come to his rescue. But Next Dimension has reformed and are looking very solid right now. Pro Run on the respawn, and here comes Next Dimension. This is looking very promising for them. They just got to get a couple more kills, clear them out, and that is it. That is Killers Legit, again, walking it in for Next Dimension. So 2-1 Next Dimension over Pro Run. So we'll see if Pro Run can battle back and tie it up. Right here, going into round 4. We'll see what happens. So some interesting maneuvering there by Next Dimension. They had 3 people rush the spawn and had 1 person trailing back. They're definitely respecting Pro Run's pro-running ability and leaving someone there back just so that Pro Run can't actually, or to make it more difficult for Pro Run to pro-run on them. Whereas Pro Run just threw everybody forward, balls to the wall. Next Dimension Runner is in a lot of trouble, has to just pitch the ball to the far side. Runner in immediate trouble. Piggies gets the lunge. She's joined by a Man Cannon. Man Cannon has the ball, passes it all the way back though, which might have been a mistake because he had Mango in the spawn. Mango's still doing work, but the runner nowhere to be found. Pinned back by only 1 person. So definitely a wasted opportunity for Pro Run, but I'm sure they'll get it back. Although in championship games, it can really come down to just 1 or 2 plays, the difference between a championship and a second place, a runner-up championship. A runner-up? So, anyway, here comes Pro Run, threatening right on the goal line. Man Cannon snuck his way in, but the runner decided that it wasn't to his liking, drops back. He's got Piggies helping. Here comes Mingo, so that must mean that it's Ritual who's running for Pro Run. Pro Run staying consistent and holding at that halfway point, doing really well. So, Next Dimension is on the respawn and spawning on the opposite side. Everybody's still there. Runner's there. Mango clears it out. And that's it. That is Routine Ritual walking it in off of the Mango tank in. So it is 2-all. Very back and forth here in this this very exciting AGLA Pro Circuit match. Game 1, if you're just joining us.
Yeah, can't really expect anything else from teams that are so similarly oriented toward playing the game. It's really nice to see that they're still as evenly matched as ever.
And that it's a wow, what a lunge by Ritual. Got the kill on the carrier off the tip-off, but Next Dimension recovers. One nice thing to see is that even though this is a very well-matched game and it's a very exciting game, it's also a pretty fast-paced game. Because there have been games that I have commentated where we'd still be in the first round by now, and we're already up to 2-2. So I definitely appreciate that from these teams, because I know when Cal said, hey, remember, you're commentating the AGLA Pro series tonight. I was like, oh crap, get me a co-host. I don't know if I can talk for 3 hours. So I don't think it's going to take that long tonight, but we will see what happens. But they're keeping it fast and loose and a really fun game to watch right now.
Yeah,
and exactly, Rage. Where are the passes and the launches? That's what I came here for.
No kidding.
So let's see our Next Dimension with possession. And they're leaving. Yes, they got quite the nice press against Pro Run. Pro Run on the respawn, scrambling to set up some kind of perimeter. Still 1 tank and the runner, but it looks like everybody on Pro Run's actually going to be able to have time to respawn. Great job by Routine Ritual for just holding her ground, right? Ritual? Her?
I'm pretty sure he's a fellow.
Darn it. So Ritual holding his ground. no offense, Ritual. I'm sure you're wonderful. Holding his ground and not even engaging, but just holding the line, allowing his teammates to respawn. Sometimes that is the absolute best thing that you can do. Mango now threatening on the runner. That is a person I never want to go one-on-one against when I've got the ball. Mango is just super tricky and super slick, and that sort of his is pretty fatal most of the time. But the runner escapes from that and is dropping in behind his tanks again and trying on the near side.
Gotta say, I would not want to try to punch anybody in this game. I mean, I'd say the 8 people that are playing here, 8 of the deadliest swords in the league. And sometimes hammers when the situation calls for it. I'm not really surprised that they're swapping possessions so much. Already had tons of fun lunges.
I'm actually kind of surprised that I just don't see all swords out right now, to be honest. Swordmaster race, according to these 2 teams. But pass to the far side, runner under pressure, double kill. That is Cutthroat, who got the double on Ritual. Sorry, he just got a kill tack. An extermination even. He just killed everything. It all went boom. Not Not a bad time to have a kill sack. So it's some pretty sweet maneuvering there by Cutthroat for Next Dimension. Ritual threatening and gets taken out. Next Dimension has some space to kind of reset. As always, I am jealous and in love and somewhat infatuated with the spacing that Next Dimension has. It makes my heart happy and makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside to see how they position themselves in such a way that they cover the court, they support their runner, they don't really have the risk of betrayals, but they don't leave lanes wide open either. So, thank you, Next Dimension, for the warm fuzzies.
3 tanks will always be more threatening than 2 tanks that are killing each other, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know, I think Ways and Means Committee, we're finally getting around to that idea. It's taken 6 years, but, you know, I think we're getting there. Not really, no. We're still terrible. Oh, alright, so Pro Run forced the turnover, had the ball. That is Piggies who passes it all the way forward. Man cannon, half court. And he is destroyed by Cutthroat. Cutthroat going for that defensive MVP of the series, and we're just in round 5. Although Mango's had quite a few lovely stops on the goal for Pro Run, so I think those two can duke it out.
Considering the fact that we've already got exterminations and kill tax about, it's just kind of a testament to how these teams can switch gears when they really need to. We came into this saying they're going to pass all over each other and have shenanigans, and then they go get externs.
I remember I was talking with Shadow one time, and it might have been an interview, I can't precisely recall, but he was talking about Cutthroat on being on his team, and how Cutthroat really brought the kind of the muscle of whether it was Next Dimension or maybe One Hit One. I'm not sure which team it was even for, because they've played together in GGL, haven't they?
Oh, I can't remember if it was recently.
I'm pretty sure it was for Next Dimension, but that Cutthroat really kind of brought the muscle and changed up the team from being trick play, pass heavy, to actually having some teeth to it with their hammer. So that's nice to see Cutthroat still living up to that, because Cutthroat's another long-time Grifballer, if I remember right. He's been around for a while. Clutch stiff arm by that was killer's legit.
If I recall correctly, I think Cutthroat started out during the first season of Reach, so
Yeah,
hard
so
to
it's
believe that's a long time ago, but I guess it is.
yeah. I mean, especially when you look at who's on the court. I mean, you've got somebody like Mango, who was there in Halo 3. I think he was 09? Fall 09 was when Mango joined. And I know Routine Ritual is relatively new. I'm pretty sure he's a Halo 4 kid. You've got Piggies, who's definitely a Halo 4 kid. You've got Shadow, who's ancient. You know, just a huge diversity of experienced players on the court, which is really, really cool to see.
Yeah, for sure. I know Ritual was at least around at the beginning of Halo 4. I had him on my team during one of the first few seasons. I can't even remember which league it was for. But, as I recall, I think he actually played for Swinging for the Fence in AGLA and Reach, too.
Okay. But yeah, I know it always, I guess it's just a sign of me getting old. Like, Cal tells me that the kittens with spikes, who to me are always the new kids, in my mind, have been around for like 4 years. It just kind of blows my mind.
That just brings back memories of fun Dash games.
Yes. Lots of fun Dash games. Oh, the lulz. Minefield for the win.
Yes.
And, you know, come a long way, and, well, I mean, 4 years since Kittens joined, and, you know, this almost 7 years since Cal and I joined, and what a takeaway by Next Dimension. Cal, that needs an instant replay. Show me that again. Shadow S16 just being silly. Although Piggy's is saying that the instant replay freezes her computer, or freezes the stream. I don't know. But goal by Next Dimension, well earned, and I think Pro Run. I would be blushing. I don't know if they are. They're probably not. But that was an interesting. And here comes Pro Run. Thought about the Pro Run and then dropped back. And I'm sorry, Cal, but I need a battery because my computer's about to die. Alright, so goal for Next Dimension. They take the lead, as they have. They drew first blood, and they've just been going back and forth with Pro Run with Succession, so we'll see if this kind of pattern continues. But definitely a fun game to watch, and seeing Shadow I just hear Zoidberg as he lobster crawled across the court to plant that goal. But here's an instant turnover, and yes! Next Dimension strikes again, 4-2. Next Dimension 1 point away from taking this game, and that was just a mistake on the part of Pro, and just a momentary lapse in judgment. And Next Dimension pounced on that, and it is still Grifball to go, because again we do 9 rounds, but it is a little bit more dire now for Pro Run. But keep in mind, it is a best-of-3 series, so if you're new to Grifball Leagues and Grifball Streams, it's our playoff series, Pro Championship, and it is best-of-3, so even if Next Dimension come away with the win, there's still going to be a Game 2, and if necessary, we'll go to a Game 3 as a tiebreaker.
Just showcases how deadly it is, just a simple misstep, like maybe releasing the ball a millisecond too late.
And I feel like that's oftentimes what these super competitive, high-tier, high-performance games come down to, is not necessarily the better team, but which team is able to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. That's they're usually so well matched that it comes down to making those kinds of plays or not making those kinds of mistakes. So in short, don't make mistakes. I guess that's my professional opinion. Hey, Gingy's here! Hello, my fellow Ginger. Pro Run with the ball now. They are on the far side, and it is Ritual who is once again running for Pro Run. They've got a solid press going forward, 3 tanks, but the runner is going to be cut off and gets 1 stiff arm, not going to go for that second, needs some time to recoup. Mango's going to step in to save the day. Or I just jinxed him. Yeah, I kind of did. I'm sorry, Mango. Piggy's now stepping up, but Pro Run just having trouble getting out of their own spawn. And I don't know whether it's a tanking thing, and an overthrown pass there. Piggy's going to get there to put it up. But who is that? Someone is just doing work. It's either Shadow or I think it's Net's Pride, who just went on a spree of some kind. And the ball's free in the corner. Somehow Pro Run, well, yes, finally Pro Run come up with it. There was just an absolute explosion of bodies in that far corner. Yay! Gingy called me Dr. Goose. Thank you, Gingy. That makes me feel really warm and fuzzy inside. Pro Run on the press, and Next Dimension is on the respawn, so this is a really great opportunity for Pro Run if they can seize the day. Runner gets it. Oh, betrayed! Betrayed! Shadow gets credit for the kill, but the runner gets betrayed, and they almost got it in. But Ritual just missed. I don't know how Ritual did not plant that. Oh my gosh, heartbreak for Pro Run. Whew.
That sounds kind of familiar to something that happened, I can't even remember when it was at this point, but remember something about a crucial betrayal on the opposing plate affecting a series before.
I don't know what you mean. I have no recollection of such a thing ever happening.
It was some AGLA semifinal. I think it was from last season.
Yeah, no, that was just so unfortunate. They were golden, but the runner stepped up to get the kill, but apparently that wasn't communicated to his tanks, and he got double slammed, and it almost didn't matter because Ritual was right there and on the cleanup. It looks like Mango is a bit jumpy, although that, for anybody who's ever played against Forsaken Mango, that's about par for the course. That's just his gator connection.
At least it's better than it was before.
Well, yeah, but then again, it couldn't really get much worse. So, Pro Run, and not shambles, but definitely looking a little bit shaken. They seem a little disorganized. They're not as on point. They're just kind of checking the ball. It's no longer going from hand to hand. It's more of just kind of going to space because Next Dimension is doing such a good job of shutting them down.
A lot of those guys on Next Dimension would make pretty good corners.
Exactly. And again, this is not necessarily Pro Run's style of play. They're, at least from what I've seen, they're more about the jumping and then making the exciting, highlight-worthy kind of plays. And they really haven't had the opportunity to do that yet tonight. And that's a huge credit to Next Dimension for really containing Pro Run and making them play the kind of game that Next Dimension wants to play.
Yeah, they definitely got him kind of under duress.
Great streak here. The runner's far on the corner, drew all the tanks back to him. That's Pro Run again with the bomb. There's Ritual in the spawn. Ball gets passed forward, but it's not enough. I'm not even sure that was a pass. I think Runner just got murdered. And now here comes Next Dimension. Again, one more point from Next Dimension, and they will officially take this first game. Runner staying strong. He's got one tank with him. And decides to kick it on back. And again, not that a betrayal on the plant ever leaves a good taste in your mouth, but especially now for Pro Run, I think it's going to be extra critical, and it looks like we're just going to have an end here. And Killer's legit somehow getting that punch, whipping out a sword, and the game one will go to Next Dimension. Officially 5-2, but we will play the last 2 rounds because, hey, why not? Ooh, Crusader throwing down the fighting words, saying that they might not be brave enough. You hear that, Pro Run? Crusader's calling you Yella.
Gotta channel Coach Activate. Be brave. Be brave, heart.
And Pro Run almost got a Pro Run, but just didn't quite have enough oomph on that initial tip-off. TG Revenge repping the jersey. Oh, look at that! Look at that! There you go! Ritual to man cannon. Score. Pass beautiful from the outside the box to the plant. Just like that. And we're 5-3, and we're going to go into the last round. Well, I'm not saying you don't have the right, Crusader. I'm just saying those are fighting words.
New ball spawn.
And there goes Next Dimension with the Pro Run, oddly enough. Alright, so that is game 1. And that might have been one of the quickest competitive playoff games I've ever seen. Not the quickest, because I've seen some pretty skewed ones, but that was competitive, it was fun, it was engaging, and I feel like it was done in a reasonable amount of time. So you go, guys! Thank you so much. That's awesome.
It also matched my game 1 predictions, so...
It did. It
just
did. Alright, so Cal, can we get killed? Lightsaber back in here? Okay. Alright, Nets Pride 2490, Shadow 1925, Cutthroat 1860, Killers 1330, Mango 2120, Piggies 1760, Cannon 1630, and Ritual 1505. The goals spread out pretty evenly. Everybody on Next Dimension putting up a point, but Killers put up 3. Mango, Ritual, and Cannon each put up points for Pro Run. And no interceptions that game, which I think is kind of surprising. Nets Pride went positive 32. Shadow at -3, Cutthroat -8, and Killers -9. Mango at -7, Piggies +7. I'm sorry, Mango -5, Piggies +7, Cannon -8, and Ritual at -27. And the game was 27 minutes long, almost 28, so almost dead even average for a Grifball match. Alright, game 2, so this is sudden death for Pro Run. If they lose this game, they are out, and that will end the season, and the champion will be Next Dimension. However, if Pro Run can rally and bring it in game 2, then we'll go to a tie-breaking game 3 and sudden death.
Gotta love sudden death.
I do, it's my favorite. Nothing like game 3 4-4. Just, it's like Christmas.
Oh, those are the best. It is Christmas come only slightly early.
Yep, it's Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and Festivus and the winter solstice and all of it all rolled into one. Alright, so who do they have there on Next Dimension running?
They've been kind of bobbling it around and checking it to all sorts of different people. But for now, let's see. It appears that Nets Pride has the ball. Yep, we've got Nets Pride running, but he just tossed it back to Killers. Killers definitely taking the main running duties for the team, which is kind of surprising. I really expected them to be a little bit more evened out with bomb possession among the four of them, considering they're all so hybridy.
I like that, hybridy. It's a good adjective.
Reminds me of the OChem exam I have to take in a few days.
I'm so sorry.
It'll be great fun. I'll just, get a 55 or whatever, and by the way, next dimension scores.
Yeah, they did that again the very old-fashioned way of kill everything till it's dead, then kill it again on the spawn, and let killers kind of waltz in there. But ProRun can still intercede on the waltzing. They can stop the waltzing. But, I mean, last time, Next Dimension drew first blood and they won. So with a sample size of 1, I feel confident. Yay, stats jokes. Back me up, Cal. I need it. Not Cal. Cal. The moo kind. Alright, so Pup is apparently cheering for Next Dimension. Yeah, Cal, if ProRun loses, it's all your fault. It's because you picked them.
I contributed.
Yes, yes. So Next Dimension has the ball, and on that far side, ProRun trying to contain them, but again, ProRun's just had a little bit of difficulty. We saw it in the KD as well, and with Net's Pride going positive 32, there's no way in the world I would let him run, and I'm guessing Killer's just probably running from them right now.
Yes, he is. Right now it's Cutthroat holding the line, but we have a crouch.
Okay. Seriously, seems to be having...
We do have somebody standing still over there by ProRun's plate. I don't know if they're lagged out or...
I see Ritual and Cannon. Ritual's moving. I don't think Cannon is. Wait, he just wiggled.
Oh boy.
Cannon, if you can hear us, wiggle. You wiggled! Yeah, it looks clear. Maybe somebody needed a potty break, that's not unheard of. Or had to let the dogs out or take out the trash, extenuating circumstances and all that, they happen.
Back in my day, kids never quit to do something, not even in the middle of 2-hour, 15-minute games.
There was a timeout during that game because someone had to pee. I remember that.
Really? Was it that one?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah, it didn't look like Man Cannon's moving. I think everybody else is okay. But again, the connection looks pretty solid, so I'm gonna guess that something happened. Maybe something exploded. Cannon says wasn't our option, so I don't really... Oh, it's the host. Okay, is what he's saying.
Ah.
Alright, well, once again, I don't have, I really don't know what they want us to do. So... Let me see if I can listen in and... Or, can you hear what Red is saying?
Oh, let's see.
Listen in and see if we can get an idea of what's going on. Oh, never mind. It looks like we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna do it live.
Alright, so what I got out of that is, hey, yes, he actually is the host. Oh my god, Nets, why aren't you playing?
Oh, okay, so they wanted to check and make sure that the host was still the host?
That's what I got from it. Although, okay. I think ProRun might have been... I think it might have... Something about host choice for ProRun? I'm not sure. Maybe Cannon can peek in and clarify in a second or so. Anyways, for now, Next Dimension had the 3-tank front, but Shadow and Nets both got taken out there in a kamikaze attack.
Alright, so ProRun trying to put it together here. Got Piggy's threatening, and they both get taken out. Next Dimension's hammers are just being a little bit too brutal for ProRun at the moment.
Just heard through the mic Shadow saying, yeah, I just stopped the entire push myself.
Shadow has a lot of what we call confidence. Oh, great turnover. Man Cannon with the kill. Now just Mango, nope. I'm sorry,
that
Mango.
That got shut down faster than... Oh, boy. That's going to be an incomplete metaphor.
Definitely feels a little bit different this game. Feels I don't know whether Next Dimension have just hit their stride, but I mean the hosts are the same, all the players are the same, but it definitely feels a little bit different on the court.
Yeah, it's tilted a bit. Oh my gosh, Net's there with the bonk. Definitely starting to tilt kind of heavily in Next Dimension's favor.
So Man Cannon just kind of passed it out. There you go. Ritual's got it.
He's
going for goal! Going for distance. He's going for speed to Man Cannon, who picks it up and has to pass it back. Back to Ritual.
Good for them to keep possession now. I mean,
they've got to.
In most other things, including real life, possession is 9/10 of the law. In Grifball, it is a full 100%.
Yes. Like Cal likes to say when we play, when we play, if the other team doesn't have the ball, they can't score. Wow, Shadow.
There's Shadow slicing and dicing a couple people. Good push out there by Pro Run, though.
Yep, everybody just stepped up, did exactly what they needed to do. Ritual gets credited with the ball kill, but that was an entire team effort there.
Yep, just kind of throwing the Zerg Rush at Next Dimension to stem the tide, as it were.
It's on the plant. It's taken out. I guess one thing that I'm obviously Pro Run knows what they're doing. They got to the championship. You know, I'm not second guessing them, but it feels like there's been a couple times when they've been close, and maybe if they just hung in there a little bit longer, you know, that they've passed it back and given up space and time when maybe they didn't need to.
Oh gosh, what a great punch there!
I just heard. I don't know if that came through the microphone, but I just heard somebody scream, like just full on scream. Through the mic, and I have turned like all the way down.
Yeah, that was impressive. Shadow had an excellent lunge, and he just got rebuffed.
Come on, guys! I want to see Pro Run do it. There you go. There you go. That's the mango. Okay, there's another screen. So, some good spirits going on Pro Run right now. And again, this is looking a lot like our first game.
Yep. First couple rounds are Next Dimension dominating the first one, and Pro Run kind of clawing their way back for a second one. We'll have to see if they can kind of reverse the flow that the games have seen so far.
I just heard Piggy yell, "We're down but not out." That's the kind of positive mojo that's got going on Pro Run.
Despite the morale boost, Next Dimension came up with it. Right now, Killer's running it again. Next Dimension up with, well, 2 tanks now. Shadow getting taken out.
I mean, to be fair, Next Dimension couldn't hear Pro Run's pep talk, so I guess they didn't know that Pro Run was supposed to win that tip-off.
Yeah. Some people have no respect for the rules of morale boost.
I mean, if nothing else, both of these games so far have been absolutely fantastic. Pretty balanced, at least from where I'm sitting, although it seems that Pro Run would probably disagree with me, at least on the tanking aspect of it. They have put up a hell of a fight, and they continue to do so, and it just makes you think about, you know, that one goal that they could have had, but the betrayal got them. Like, is that going to come back? Is that going to be the difference? Is that goal going to haunt them? And not Mango, because Mango, I don't think he dreams. I think he just shuts down, hibernates. But yeah, those kinds of mistakes are they're just killer.
If they're going to pull it back, they need to not let that affect them. I mean, those are definitely situations that you,
yeah, missed. Mango, look at him go! Wow!
Haha. I love it when plans come together.
And again, I don't know if it's coming through my microphone, but I can hear Piggy's, "Woo! Let's go, Piggy!" Very excited.
I think that's been a staple of Pro Run when they've been streamed. Sometimes Man Cannon would do his on-court streams, and you'd always hear Piggy's get very excited after every goal. For good reason. It's always good to score.
It's always good to have that kind of uplifting attitude. I feel like every team needs one. I know on our team it's Cal. You know, if we're having trouble with the host, if we're not doing well, if it's not really the funnest game that has ever been played, Cal always is the levity, trying to find something to make it, you know, he's like, yeah, well, we lost 9-0, but at least it wasn't 10-0, or, you know, something like that. And then he does the shooter Macau, and then I try to kill him, and everything goes back to normal, so. Is this a PR comeback? Maybe.
I'm not going to call it a comeback until they actually have a Game 2 victory. We've called too many comebacks before that haven't materialized.
Yeah, I think the fat lady has definitely not sung yet, so we'll... Still a lot of Griffball to be played.
Kind of risky pass there, but that was definitely the best thing that Piggies could have done in that situation. Just going for the lob and having it boosted by Next Dimension's hammers.
There you go. And again, they're again using the runner almost as bait, which they got to do. And it's like you said, risky, a little bit dangerous, but you know they've got to live dangerously.
Austin Powers flashbacks.
And
well, there they go. Excellent pressure, and that's an open plate. Pro Run up 3-1 now. Man Cannon getting that one with some very...
Well, okay, that is not appropriate to share on the stream. I was going to put the headset up to the microphone, but nope. What's said on the court stays on the court. All right, well, this is what a dramatic turn of events. I mean, again, nothing is decided. There's still Okay, I just kind of lost some words there. My breath got caught because if Piggies was on the run, it looked like a pro and might have been possible, but Next Dimension kind of looked out there, and Piggies just wasn't quite fast enough, and you know she was sprinting the best she could. And Man Cannon with the interception.
What a pick! That was kind of honestly Next Dimension-esque. You usually see those guys, you know, being able to jump the routes and get the picks, but kind of an iffy throw there by Pro Run. They're able to get it, but
I don't know. I kind of liked it. She threw it to where he was gonna be, not so that way he didn't have to stutter step. He didn't have to wait. He just ran onto it. Of course, I mean throwing to space is always dangerous because if there's nobody there at that moment, you don't know who's gonna pick it up. But I love the idea of throwing to space and anticipating where someone's gonna be.
Yeah, for sure. It had an iffy bounce there off the court in the middle that could have been not fun for Pro Run, but
I think we need the Zamboni to go out, smooth the ice over. Yeah, sweep up the swords and the hammers and the bodies. The most gruesome Zamboni ever.
We can just do it, you know, the dry scrape.
Yeah. Little like the windshield washer squeegees. Oh, here comes Pro Run again. Okay, well, not 3v1. Maybe next time.
Kind of had a good little convergence there, but Next Dimension was able to clean house before they were able to jam it in through the ranks of the defenders.
We definitely have ourselves a ball game. I know, actually on Twitter earlier, Bravo was talking about looking into ball games for the Halo Championship Series. And the GrifballHub account may or may not have tweeted, well, there's really only one ball game, isn't there? Just saying.
In 2557, there is only one.
There is. There is. So HCS, get on that. Be a hipster, do it before it was cool. Or not. It's okay. So Next Dimension wrangled possession away from Pro Run, and that traditionally has not gone well for Pro Run. They've had some trouble forcing turnovers. I mean, they've done well with possession, but getting those turnovers that they need, not always the easiest thing against a team like Next Dimension. So we'll see how their defense hold after they got kind of on a hot streak offensively.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if anything, they really just need to kind of wait it out, feel out how Next Dimension's offense is going, and see if they can't trick the runner into going for a ill-advised punch. That's where they've been able to get those turnovers. In this case, though...
They set up a really great trap right there. They had the two tanks on the runner on the far side, and they had Mango and the plant on the near side. So the runner really had nowhere to go, but Mango got taken out after, I think he got 3 or 4 kills on the spawn. And so that gave the runner an out. But a great set play by Pro Run.
yeah, definitely nice to see them, kind of recovering their poise and setting up, maybe not plans, but formations and, just kind of resetting themselves on the court. Ooh, good work in there by well, I'm not sure who it was from Pro Run, but got a clutch double kill there.
Alright, Piggy's on the attack. Nope, drops back to take care of the tank. That kind of a full-out assault here from Pro Run, which is really fun to watch. And I love me some Mango. I think that would be so cool if he won a ship. This would be his first ship. It'd be the first time a Green Army player has ever, or Green Army Junior player has ever won a ship. And then, yeah. Then it'd be hugs for Mango.
And probably the world would stand still or something. Something suitably dramatic.
Yeah. Like the really slow, sappy music would play and everything would go in slow motion.
Maybe throw in a penny whistle solo.
Yes. Yes, like my heart will go on, but my Mango will go on. Yeah. Just no car scene. We'll leave that one out. Oh, here comes Mango. Speaking of, he tries to tango with the Mango, but he got the stiff arm.
Yeah, that was a pretty good play by Killers there. Mango was already in mid lunge, and he'd taken advantage of those, particularly to get Pro Run's second goal this game. So, next to mention is
that's Man Cannon on the attack, followed up by Pigs.
They're just kind of holding steady right now.
It seems like the Pro Run's tanking better, or that they found their groove or something. Maybe they ate their spinach. I don't know. There's Piggies on the runner. Oh, gets deked. Well, if you're just joining us, you are watching a heck of a series right now. It's the AGLA Pro Circuit Championship, so this is the grand finale to determine who our Fall League champions will be. We've got Next Dimension versus Pro Run. Game 1 went to Next Dimension 5-2, but finally 6-3. Oh, we put the brakes on right outside that Halo. That is... Oh my gosh.
Good.
So hard to do.
That was good pinpoint pressure there from Pro Run, but not quite enough. Cutthroat was able to get a good kill there to clear the plate, just enough for Killers to run it in.
Yep, Killers with the extreme patience there. That is the hardest thing, when you feel like you're only a heartbeat from the plant and you just have to wait because it's not quite the opportune moment. And then his patience is aptly rewarded. So, Next Dimension, not throwing in the towel, not taking it easy in this second game of the series. Again, if Pro Run win, they'll force a Game 3 to tiebreak. Ooh, risky pass there. And if Next Dimension win, then they are our champions. And Shadow will have another championship. It's a good thing we don't do rings for championships, because he would have run out of fingers.
I think he would have just settled for, maybe having 5 on each ring finger. Maybe one for his thumb, maybe one for each thumb. If he wins the 13th, that one might, who knows, maybe he puts that one on his big toe.
Oh, I was thinking belly ring,
Let's hope he doesn't go outside and try to play any sort of contact sport with that.
Well, I'm sure Maria would have the final say on that. So we've got Pro Run here with possession. On the near side, runner in a lot of trouble. Gets sort of enough for it. He throws off a beautiful pass right into the hands of Cannon, who then chucks it to the far side where Mango just respawned. So some really good teamwork here going down by Pro Run.
Good punch there by Mango. He was able to get the stiff arm on Shadow. Definitely not the first person anyone would want to punch. This time, Cutthroat able to get in there and get the kill, but it takes a Pro Run bounce. Shadow keeping the pressure on, manages to get the kill. And Killers is able to pick it up.
This is high drama and tension here. I mean, Next Dimension, they are still down, but they've definitely shown that they can score and are more than willing to just tank it in, that they don't need any fancy tricks or shiny maneuvers. They will just tank it down your throat. So we'll see what Next Dimension is able to do. Again, I mean, ProRun's been on a bit of a tanking hot streak, but, you know, streaks end and we'll take... Oh, Man Cannon with the lunge right in front of us.
And
Ritual's got it.
That was good. I mean, I don't know if that was just good court awareness or whether he was just in the right place at the right time. Maybe a little of both.
Oh, no, it's all skill. All skill.
Oh, of course.
But unfortunately they lose the ball on that far side there in a bit of a scrum, and Next Dimension recovers.
Yeah, the runners have kind of become a little bit taken with trying to hop over the swords and get them to adjust so that their tanks can kill them, but the timing's just been a little bit off, and ProRun's actually lost it twice because of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you want to spread the court to try and spread the defense so that you're getting one-on-ones and not two-on-ones. Man Cannon again with the lunge, but somehow, I think that was...
That was Killers.
I can't... Killers? Somehow Killers got that stiff. I don't know how he did that.
Oop.
We're crouching.
That's...
Wait,
and...
no, Killers, down! Down, boy! A little confusion on the court there.
Had some teleporting from... honestly, I saw some from both teams. A little bit more from ProRun's players. But my best guess is that they stopped for that, waiting for the host to figure itself out, to step its game up, if it will.
Yeah, alright, looks like we're doing a little dancey, happy feet there. And that's always a good sign. So yeah, it seemed like maybe it was a spike of lag, and now here comes Mango. Dun-nut. Dun-nut. Mango, 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 mango. Okay, no. That would have been cool if he actually got the lunge. But, oh, Mango.
Now I'm imagining just this fellow sitting in the water, having this mango float ominously next to him.
Yeah, because I remember at 1RTX we actually brought a mango. Taco has a plastic mango, and it goes everywhere with us, and it gets its picture taken. That's what I'm thinking of, like just kind of bobbing in the water. Whoa! We just had a matchmaking.
Making.
Killer's legit with his patented matchmaking. He said that he calls it a Killer's. When he just kind of goes Leroy Jenkins and throws himself, and hey, it worked. And we're all tied up. Like 50 Shades of Grey, we are all tied up. I'll let that one simmer for a little while. Oh, so ProRun got first touch, and Man Cannon lost track of it. And unfortunately, that happens sometimes, especially when the ball is speeding around the court. It disappears from radar, it disappears from your screen. But ProRun is able to come up with it, although everybody's dead and the runner is in trouble.
He manages to duck a couple. He's got 3 behind him, but he's got to get some help from his tank up there if he's going to finish this one out. And it didn't quite realize.
Now that was a beautiful press
there
by ProRun. If only Piggies had been able to... I mean, again, it was a tall order. It was 4v2, so... But again, I think they're trying to make Next Dimension think twice about overcommitting. And they've done a really good job at getting all 4 of those Next Dimension players forward and then being able to sneak somebody in behind. Or just right here, just straight up tanking through them. So ProRun, we're up 3-1. It's now tied 3-3. And it is... It's just a really fun game to sit and commentate. And apparently E-Taze is here, Saber, and he's fanboying out for you, so you've got a fan.
I'm not assuming it's fanboying yet. I was really expecting his next post to be, I did not expect you to be that ugly.
Oh! Although I'd boot him. Nothing mean about my co-commentator. Man Cannon on the plant. He could go all the... No! Killers! Killers with the
able to
kill.
get it back,
Somehow Ritual comes up with it and passes it back. Wow. That was... Ow. Oh, that was unfortunate. That... Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with the FIFA announcer and go, a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, exactly. Or I had an Aussie soccer coach who would always go, unlucky. Alright, so it is Next Dimension with possession once again, and had a little bit of a stretch on Piggies, and somehow slipped past Ritual, but now Mango's there, and just a little fake out by Next Dimension, they still keep possession.
Good double kill by Pig there. Was able to get both Shadow and Nets. Definitely, I mean, everybody on Next Dimension is dangerous, but you know those two guys are gonna take anything that they can get.
Yeah. So I mean, the game 3 is very, very possible, but you know, right now it is all tied up, and I love tied up Grifball. I think it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun to commentate. I feel like it's the most fun to watch, and this has been an epic series that these teams have put out. So win or lose, both these teams have played really, really well tonight, and it's been an absolute pleasure and honor to watch and get to commentate it. So, there's Mango just again tearing it up.
One thing that just occurred to me that I'm sure everybody else is aware of, but regardless of who wins the series, it'll be the first repeat Bid League champion.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's a cool fact.
Yeah, since Pro Run won 2 seasons ago and Next Dimension took it last season.
And the Pro Run from 2 seasons ago is pretty much dramatically different from this season's, right?
The only player that was on both teams is Man Cannon.
Okay.
I mean, you really look at you look at Pro Run's roster from a couple seasons ago, and you have Man Cannon, Digital, and Easy. They're really a very powerhouse-looking roster, and they lived up to it.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting. Our first AGLA Bid League repeat. So I guess we're starting to define who are our Detroit Lions and who are our... I don't want to say the Patriots, because I really don't like them. What's another really good winning team, Cal? Don't say the Giants, because that's not true anymore.
The
Runner is totally cornered. Pigs gets a lunge, but he's able to pass it off.
Goes tic-tac with the bomb. Just chucked it right back over. It kind of took a Pro Run bounce, but the tank got destroyed before they could take advantage.
Now there's some comments in the chat box if you could help me out about the stream. Chase is saying they had AJ, and I think he might be blaming AJ for stuff, because that's what people do, I think. I feel like we blame AJ for a lot of stuff. Site breaks? Blame AJ.
I was going to say, if we're going to blame AJ for anything, we should blame him for inflation. He somehow managed to get himself to 100. Then proved it was, very much worth it, but...
Yeah, he had a fantastic season. He did really, really well this season.
Hybrid Theory kind of had an epic collapse, but by Next Dimension. I think that was
Killers.
Killers with the score, but I think it was Shadow on the plate getting the crucial kills. So
alright, well,
turned it around.
Okay, I hear Piggy saying, okay, now we try.
Oh, there it is. Pro Run definitely on the ropes, and that could have been a Pro Run for Next Dimension.
Yeah, Mango shut that down.
Just didn't quite get enough oomph. So now we're kind of locked into seeing whether Next Dimension can close it out now, or whether Pro Run can claw back and, make it super exciting.
Uh-oh, we got a one-on-one. It is up to Mango. And Mango comes up huge for Pro Run. Oh, that's fun!
Takes it back. Ball still over there. Pro Run gets it first. And ball right on the plate there. I almost thought Killers was going to get that lunge. But he still had a hammer out. Goes for a punch on nets, and... Okay. This'll be fun.
Kill all the things!
Oh, what a catch in midair by Cutthroat.
Oh, and he passes it to safety.
Whew. That was a heads-up play. Ball got smacked around by a hammer and
Oh, almost picked off by
catches it in
Cannon.
midair and tosses it back to safety while surrounded by 2 or maybe even 3 pro runners.
I just keep like holding my breath whenever I see, well, pretty much anybody with the sword out, because I'm just waiting for that huge epic lunge that we were talking about earlier. I mean, both these teams are totally capable of it.
And we've seen a few. I mean, had the one last game where the one earlier this game by Mango that converted on the plate. Had the one that got really close last game. Runner under duress, but he'll probably chuck it out. Yes, he does. Killer stays alive, though.
Yeah, I got taken out by Cannon. Alright, well this is definitely, I feel like, a longer game than one we had previously, but just as exciting. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want Pro Run to win so we can go to a game 3, because this has been a lot of fun and a really just amazing match. Oh man, Cannon!
There was one of the lunges. There it is.
Yep, the man cannon special. Heavy artillery called in, there you go. And that is Routine Ritual, who went on a bit of a streak. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything really to do with it, but you know, it's still good to get in that that tanking flow. And Cannon passing it off to, looks like Piggy's has it now.
Oh.
Clutch, stiff arm, and now they've got 2 behind, so they really have numbers with them. They've got to put this in. Pass. Oh no! Cannon was on the plant, but the ball got deflected. It looks like, yeah, Mango's going to be able to recover it.
Killer's got the clutch deflection there.
Yeah, that is something that Next Dimension does, I think, maybe better than anybody else, is get those aerial deflections. And again, Mango is going to town on those stiff arms. That is his 3rd stiff arm in the last, like, 30 seconds. Mango has no fear.
Not having any of it now, though. Definitely waiting until they get more separated before going for it. That one...
There's one! There's 2! Mango's on a killing spree! Oh my gosh, okay. So Mango's got it. He's turned himself into a tank.
The mysterious and rarely seen bomb tank.
Yes. I know, we see it with Joe Pro, we see it with Easy. Passed it off to
Iffy there. I thought it was intended for that second tank instead. They have nets behind, but kind of a good push, but that lead tank died, and that kind of stopped it in its tracks.
Whew.
To mention on the push, but 3 of them dead in the blink of an eye, and Pig finishing it off.
I feel like Pro Run is playing so much better this game, and I don't know what it is. Maybe they just needed to get warmed up. Maybe they like being in that underdog position. I know that's what Mango said in his interview, is that he likes being the underdog and feels comfortable there. So maybe they just needed the inspiration of being down a game in the series. But they have really put on a spectacular play against Next Dimension. And again, I don't think anybody at the start of the season would have picked this matchup at all, much less this matchup to be as close as it is.
Yeah, for sure. I know a lot of people at the beginning of the season were looking at one-hit wonders who, to their credit, did make it to the semis. I think. Possibly, there were a few looks at Retroactive, and they too made the playoffs. But no one saw Pro Run coming. They came out of nowhere and just took it to everyone.
So man cannon tanking. Piggy says the ball. Mango's dropping back. So Mango and Piggy's. Piggy's having to drop all the way back. And Cal picked. Oh, they tried the shotgun.
Launched.
And Pigs wisely put it up. Man cannon has it. Drops back. It's lunged. But gets the stiff arm somehow. I don't know how he pulled that out, but well done, sir. And in a lot of trouble, passes it back, and Piggies misses it! The ball's there, just running right towards... The ball is running. The ball is rolling towards the plants, and Next Dimension pick it up and just chuck it to the far corner. That was almost fatal for Pro Run.
Yeah, not sure what was up. Maybe the ball didn't appear or something. But that could have been really bad.
That was definitely a very scary moment for Pro Run.
Regardless, they're very much on the ropes now. Shadow and Cutthroat taking them down. Good kills to bring it back, and Pro Run's able to push him out this time. Cutthroat, though, coming down the near side, leading the charge. Good kill there. Oh, clutch kill by that tank.
Yeah, that was Piggies who got that clutch double kill. Single-handedly stopped that press and saved the game right there. That was all Piggies. Everybody else was on the respawn.
Got nice feats of hero. Oh, wow. And there's Cannon again.
Yep. Who else? And that's Ritual taking out the runner. And comes up with the ball, and yes, passes it off to Mango.
I really thought that when Next Dimension recovered, that
Not
was
good. Danger. Danger.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yep. Alright, so Rage is freaking out, and I can hear, again, everybody on Pro Run very boisterous and loud, lots of communication, though, all of it very positive communication, call-outs, and the like. Here comes Next Dimension on the left side. Once again, Pro Run coming up big on that defensive stop.
Yep, they definitely need to pick up their pressure. They've been really close to having it end a couple times.
What do you think Pro Run needs to do to kind of turn it around and take this game home?
Don't get double killed like that.
Okay.
But more so, earlier on they were doing really good at taking out the lead tank for Next Dimension before he could start pushes. Now it's been that the lead tank's been able to get one or two, and the secondary and tertiary tanks have been able to follow it up. They really need to get back to being able to take out that first tank, so that they don't have to worry about respawns to form a defense.
Yeah, there's that double kill you were talking about.
Yeah, they both decided to swerve toward the runner, and Shadow pulled a Matumbo. No.
Oh, no. Once again, Man Cannon trying to snipe the runner from behind, and they're really closing in on him. You can see Piggy's dropping back, trying to get herself in a position to intercept, kind of like this.
Not quite.
Oh,
and one of the Pro Run tanks taken way far back, but now in an okay position to look at the runner, and there it is. Ritual gets a good kill on Nets, but it didn't quite go.
Alan, at this point, anything to just disrupt that momentum that Next Dimension has, anything to put a hitch in their giddy up, is what Pro Run's got to do until they can get the ball back, and they really need to. I mean, the sooner the better. I feel like I almost pulled a Madden. If they want to score the ball, they've got to get the ball back. And that's a good string of kills by Next Dimension.
The back tank there getting taken out, and that saved it.
Yeah, Mingo got the lunge on the runner, and even though he didn't kill the runner, it did force the runner to drop back and have to regain his shields. Hey, Shad's here! Hey, Shad! Shad. Shad.
So many are.
I don't know. I feel tense. I don't know how these guys do it. I'm anxious just sitting here watching it. And that's the second killing spree Shadow has been on in the last 2 minutes. So he is lighting a fire of his own desire with his hammer. Nice double kill by Mango. So serving it right back up. Again, you can see Pro Run trying to contain the runner and shut off escape routes. which is a really new thing. I mean, it's really only a Halo 4 thing, because if you go into Halo 3, you might have teams that set up a defense against a possible launch, but most of the time, and especially in Reach, you would just have all the tanks converge on the runner, kind of like U6 soccer. But in Halo 4, you really do have to space yourself and try and cut off those lanes.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes, I mean, when teams get themselves more oriented toward trying to cut off the routes, that's when you get these breakouts where you have 1 or 2 people trapped behind the runner if he's able to find a seam.
Yeah, I mean, every advantage has a disadvantage, so you've just got to find it.
Yeah. Good kill by Cannon there, able to get the sword in there on that tank.
Alright, Shad is propositioning Cal. I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean... I don't know.
I mean, Next Dimension is doing very well to maintain possession. I feel like they've kind of shored up a little bit in this round. And are being a little bit more, maybe not necessarily conservative, but just keeping hold of the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, they've definitely kind of gone back to being patient, knowing that they can, they can pull it out if they just don't lose it.
Again, Ziggy's on the run, and they seem to just be missing it by inches. You know, they had that so close goal twice in that first game, which would have been the difference. And here, Piggy's just on the lunge and pulls back just in time, almost gets the interception. There's a lot of almost, and I'm afraid that's going to be Pro Run's downfall, is that...
Oh, and 3 in, and...
Oh, he missed!
The plate! But... He
missed again!
What is going on? Oh my gosh! Why?
There's the ball!
Okay. What? What are they doing?
I don't even know!
So, I'm fairly sure there was 2 misses of the plate, 3 clutch stops, 1 betrayal, and 6 different launches of the ball by hammers in there.
And a partridge in a pear tree, because that was insane.
'Tis the season.
I mean, Prone had a great defense, but that is all on Next Dimension. I mean, missing the goal and then passing it and not scoring when you were on the pad and got the pass. I mean, that is all Next Dimension's blunders right there.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. I've seen some blunders where it's gotten tossed around a bit on the plate, but never where a team has had 3 or 4 different opportunities to score and just wasn't able to put it in because of a combination of their own missteps and some nice lucky spawns and some good awareness.
I mean, I guess the only blunder that comes to mind would be Priest on Way to Fail, when he was sitting on the plants and just missed the ball. I mean, nobody was around him, and he was just sitting there in the halo. The ball went right to him, and then it just rolled right on past. That's kind of... Wow. So yeah, that was quite a victory lap into a failed launch, or into a failed pass. And absolute insanity.
I really thought that when they had Shadow and Cutthroat there on the plate, I thought that was it. Next Dimension has done that. Oh wow. And there's the pig. Proton gets it back. I have no idea what to think about this.
I just don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like I keep forgetting to breathe. I can't even talk right. Wow. Where's the ball? There it is. Okay, on the far side, Ritual has to... Oh, it gets taken out! No! Free!
There it is again.
Stop! Oh my gosh. How many times?
Honestly, whoever gets the score for this round, the other team is going to have to just be, like, jaw-droppingly disappointed. Just for the fact that There's been so much epic defense and luck for Pro Run. So many missed opportunities for Next Dimension.
Wow.
Oh boy. I'm with Rage, I wish this was game 3.
Well, I mean, we can still hold out for that, though. We can hope that Pro Run wins, and then we can have a game 3. It's crazy. I am concerned, because I feel like the more that Pro Run has to make those crazy, fantastic stops is directly correlated to the chances that they're gonna miss one of those crazy, dramatic stops.
Yeah, I mean, you can only have so much fun luck before one sneaks by.
Yeah.
Not to mention with the consistent pressure that Next Dimension's been able to put on, you know, you can't really trust that it'll hold out forever. But for now, here we are. Still
Yes.
4-3, still Next Dimension's ball, still anyone's series.
This is... You know, all I can hope is that when we do our tournament at IG Columbus in 2 weeks, that this is the kind of games that we get. Because this would be awesome. Cal's looking at me and shaking his head. Why are you shaking your head, Cal?
There's gonna be one team like...
There's gonna be one team like this? Yeah, it's gonna be... Let's see here. It's gonna be Silva and Melvin and Lamb Chop and... Not quite sure who else is in the area versus everybody else.
It's... This is insane. That's all I got.
Cal, can you address the chat box? Someone's asking if he can play. So could you let him know what's going on?
He asked me. I don't know what to do. Panic.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. So D, what we're doing right now is we're streaming a championship match of the League Grifball. So if you want to play Grifball, go to GrifballHub.com, and there is the recruiting thread. So if you want to get on a team, that's the place to do it. And so this isn't a pick-up or a scrim. This is our League Championship game. So unfortunately, you can't play in this game, but go to GrifballHub.com. We've got a lot of Grifballers and a lot of places that you can play. Oh, they did!
And
Alright, well, that is officially in the bag for Next Dimension. Next Dimension and Nets Pride will win another ship, so congratulations to them. What a hard-fought match, and I can only imagine the lulls that will happen in this final round. Pro's going for it! They're going. He pulls off the 360, the reverse walk-in, and shut down by Shadow. Shadow said no. No fun for you.
oh yeah, he played Grifball too.
Yep. So that is it. Oh, there we go. So that is it for the series. There will be no Game 3.
Right, so
Congratulations, Next Dimension will be your AGLA Fall League 2014 Pro Champions, and the runner-up will be Pro Run, who had an excellent season. Both these teams have played their hearts out tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure and honor to watch and commentate. So thank you to these two teams as they try to put up this final ball. And thank you to everybody in the chat box for coming out and supporting these teams. I know they love to put on a show, and we're so happy that we're able to be here to share it with you. These teams putting it all out there on the line and having a really great time with the experience. So make sure that you tune in. We do stream Grifball every Wednesday night. So if you want more awesome action, that is the place and the time to do it. And is there a Next Dimension? Nope. Pig's going to shut it down. And for all your Grifballing needs, GrifballHub. Follow us on Twitter at Grifball. And make sure you give us a follow here on Twitch, because that means you love us, and we already love you. Oh, and there's Mango with the betrayal. It is not a Pro Run game unless Mango betrays somebody. On purpose, like totally on purpose. So it's good to know that that fame hasn't changed him. And, you know, good news, again, Mango can now stay on Green Army.
Yeah, there's your silver lining.
There's always a silver lining.
And Next Dimension, I think they're trying to do some rolls, but Cutthroat just tanked too well for them to really go through with it. So there it is. Double 6-3s for Next Dimension. The first win definitely a little bit more convincing than the second one, but anyways, there it is. Next Dimension, AGLA Fall League 2014 champions. Pom-poms, jazz hands, and fireworks.
Yep. The cow curse continues. Alright, let's take a look at these stats. Shadow at 3750, Nets Pride at 3645, Cutthroat at 3395, Killers at 2015, Ritual at 2965, Piggies at 2820, Mango at 2805, and Mancannon at 2695. So Killers scored all but one of the goals for Next Dimension. Mango had 2 and Mancannon had 1 for Pro Run. The defenses there, you can see reflected their epic stops. Ritual and Piggy each had 2 defenses, and Mango and Cannon each had 1. Still no interceptions this game. And Shadow went positive 10. Nets probably went negative 3, so there's a huge change. Last game he went positive 32. This game he went negative 3. Cutthroat was positive 14, and Killers positive 3. Ritual negative 18, Piggies negative 8, Mango negative 42, and Mancannon negative 3. So even though being pretty significantly out-tanked, Pro Run put up a hell of a fight, and what an awesome series this was. I'm so happy that we were able to stream it. And I can hear the teams loudly in the team chat right now, both having a good time, both enjoying it, and that's what Grifball is all about, is having a good time, enjoying it, win or lose, even in our Super Serial competitive Pro AGLA Championship. Alright, so, well, thank you, Saber, for helping me commentate.
Why, of course.
It's been very enjoyable, and again, somewhat thanks to everybody in the chat box for tuning in, and on behalf of Cal, myself, everybody at GrifballHub, all the Grifballers out there, thanks so much, and everybody have a great night.
Good night, and I will see you guys once I can get an X-Bone.
Yep, when you catch up to our next gen.
Living in the past. Bye.